Well, Pippi's asleep in the sun, so I guess we will do this review solo. So, got a couple of Criterions in the mail. I actually ordered this one here, Rosemary's Baby, when it first came out, and it got lost in the mail and I got a refund, but it was on a one-day sale on Amazon not so long ago, so I picked this up and I finally have it. Now, I've got a lot of really good reviews of the image quality, so I was a little let down in the quality at first, although it does pick up, certainly after the first 10-15 minutes it does pick up. It was a little bit darker overall than I was expecting. I might be just remembering the DVD a little more fondly than I should, but I don't remember it being as dark. But certainly this has much better definition, much more crisp film with much richer colours. So it's definitely a big upgrade from the DVD in many respects. There's just a little bit more noise in the grain than I was expecting, but as I say, it certainly settles in after the first 10-15 minutes and can look quite exceptional at times. It's a newly restored digital transfer in the frame ratio of 1.85 to 1, approved by the director Roman Polanski himself, and has uncompressed monaural sound. As you can see, it's got some really nice artwork, much better than the old DVD, which was pretty awful really. And anyway, this came out, for those who don't know, just before the big glut of sort of satanic movies that would follow. So this was kind of open to the gates for film like The Exorcist and The Omen. But it's a very different kind of film to those. A lot more built around paranoia and the unseen, and wonderfully directed. I'll read you what it says on the back that describes the film. It says, horrifying and darkly comic, Rosemary's Baby was Roman Polanski's Hollywood debut. This wildly entertaining nightmare, faithfully adapted from Ira Levine's bestseller, stars a revelatory Mia Farrow as a young mother-to-be who grows increasingly suspicious that her overly friendly elderly neighbours and self-involved husband, played by John Cassavetes, are hatching a satanic plot against her and her baby. So we'll talk a little bit about the special features. It's got a new documentary which features interviews with Polanski, Mia Farrow and producer Robert Evans. It's quite extensive, and mostly just talking heads, but definitely a worthy inclusion. It's also got an interview with author Ira Levine from the 1997 broadcast of Leonard Lopate's public radio program, New York and Company. It's about his 1967 novel, its sequel, and the film. Also a feature called Cometa Cometa, a feature-length documentary on the life of the work of jazz musician and composer Christoph Cometa. I haven't watched that documentary yet, but the score is excellent, so I do intend to look into that feature. And as usual with Criterion, an excellent booklet featuring an essay by critic Ed Park, Levine's afterword to the 2003 New American Library edition of his novel, and Levine's rare unpublished character sketches of the Woodhouses and floor plan of their apartment, created in preparation for the novel. So, okay, let's have a little look at this. Just nice design from Criterion as usual. Here's the disc. Here, of course, is the booklet, which is the usual Criterion standard. Lots of information and photos, etc. So maybe I built this with my mind too much before I got it, but still an excellent transfer and good sound, good special features, nice looking package, and a classic film, so I recommend it. At the same sale they had at Amazon, I picked up Rashomon. There was about 8 different Criterions on sale, and I had a few of them already and a couple I wasn't interested in. But I don't know if I would have grabbed Rashomon unless it was on sale. You know, I am a fan of the film, but not a a die-hard must-have fan. But it's such a beautiful package, and I really wanted to see this transfer because I have only seen previously on very, very poor transfers over the years on the internet or on DVD. And yeah, the transfer, this is a revelation compared to what I have seen it on. I just watch sections of it to get an idea of the transfer. I expect when I do watch this all the way through that I will have an even stronger appreciation for the film. It is an Akira Kurosawa film, of course famous for Seven Samurai, Akiru, Ran, Kagemushi. But Rashomon was the first film to put him on the map, and was a sort of, no one had seen anything quite like it. So I'll just read what it says on the back. It says, a riveting psychological thriller that investigates the nature of truth and the meaning of justice. Rashomon is widely considered one of the greatest films ever made. 4 people give different accounts of a man's murder and the rape of his wife, which director Akira Kurosawa presents with striking imagery and ingenious use of flashbacks. This eloquent masterwork and international sensation revolutionized film language and introduced Japanese cinema and a commanding new star by the name of Toshiro Mifune to the Western world. All this is true. I actually think, even though he had quite a few films before this, he still hadn't quite reached the pinnacle of his direction abilities at this stage. I think he would master that more towards High and Low, Throne of Blood, but you know, you could definitely see some flashes of genius in here. Some of the story parts are a little clunky, but really I think this is one, the more you watch it, the more you enjoy. I've seen it twice, and I definitely enjoyed it more the second time, and I'll be watching it again with this transfer, and I'm expecting to like it even more. We'll talk a little bit about the transfer. It is original 1.37 to 1 aspect ratio. It's a black and white film. A lot of the flecks and lines have been taken out. This was pretty riddled when on the versions I've seen it. From the sections I watched, it looks quite wonderful, and the contrast is really strong, and the detail is much better. Considering the age of this film and the elements that they were using that were available for use, I think they've really done wonders with this transfer. And it has a binaural sound. We'll talk a bit about the Blu-ray special features. As I said, it's a new digital restoration with uncompressed binaural soundtrack. It's audio commentary by Japanese film historian Donald Ritchie, an interview with director Robert Altman about Rashomon. He's a really big fan. He rates Rashomon and Throne of Blood as Kurosawa's best works. And excerpts from The World of Kazuo Miyagawa, a documentary on Rashomon cinematographer. A Testimony as an Image, a 68-minute documentary featuring interviews with cast and crew. Archival audio interview with actor Takashi Shimura. Original and re-released trailers, plus a booklet featuring an essay by film historian Stephen Prince, an excerpt from the director Akira Kurosawa's Something Like an Autobiography, and reprints of Rashomon's 2 source stories by Ryonosuke Akutagawa and Rashomon and In a Grove. So those 2 books were the source stories for this movie, Rashomon and In a Grove. Okay, so beautiful cover, really nice artwork there, really nice good lines, and the design as usual from Criterion on the back. I like this part here. And here's the disc. We have just a wooden background there, and chapters listed, and this wonderful booklet. This joins the other Kurosawa Criterions I have the Seven Samurai and High and Low on Blu-ray. I also have The Bad Sleep Well on DVD for Criterion. I have many of other films in the non-Criterion releases. The one I would, if Criterion does, or Masters of Cinema does a Blu-ray of Throne of Blood, I'll probably upgrade that. Potentially Akiru, and then I'll probably be pretty much done with Kurosawa on Blu-ray. And I'm quite happy with my DVDs of all the other ones. But yeah, there we have it. 2 R films, Rashomon and Rosemary's Baby. Added those to the collection. And out of the sun. It's a dog's life.